Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Oumaima. Today's video I'll be going through all the non-fiction books I have read this year. I thought about only talking about my favorite non-fiction books this year, but then I decided that since I've only read 9 books, it's best to talk about all of them, because even if I dislike something, you might like it and you might be interested in reading it. So let's just get started. I will be talking about them in a chronological order. So the first book I'm going to talk about is the first book I have finished this first non-fiction book I have finished this year, and that is All About Love by Bell Hooks. This book is all about love, as the title suggests. The book started off really well. I was enjoying my time, but as the book progressed, my enjoyment kept going down and down, and my interest as well kept dwindling. So let's just start with what I liked about this book. The author said that we should consider love as a verb and not as a noun. An example of this she mentioned is, for example, that love and abuse cannot coexist, which I know is an obvious statement, but the way Bell Hooks addresses it is in an interesting topic, and it's an engaging and interesting topic. Everything else about this book was completely unmemorable, and it just dragged on much longer than it should have, and I think I give this one 3 stars. The next non-fiction I have read this year is a memoir on I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. This was my fault for picking it up because I did not know it's a memoir. The title doesn't really suggest that it's a memoir, and I honestly did not care much for it. It was, again, completely unmemorable, and I did not care for it, and I was kind of debating whether I should DNF it or not multiple times while reading this book. And I think I should have probably DNF'd it because I did not enjoy my time, and if you ask me about it, I remember nothing of it because I was not really paying attention, and I did not care for it. I think I gave this one, no, I did not rate it because it's a biography, so it's kind of strange to rate a biography, especially one that I did not enjoy. The next one is the first book I'm going to talk about on here in a good way, is Obsessive Genius by Barbara Goldsmith. This is another biography, but I enjoy this biography a lot more. This is about Marie Curie. I did not know much about Marie Curie, about her life, although yes, of course I knew about her scientific advancements and stuff, but I did not know about her life, and she has lived such an interesting and an eventful life. I really hope that they once make a movie for her like they did with Oppenheimer, because that would be really good. I would be the first one to watch it, and it was a really good book. It captured my attention. It was also really well researched, and I highly recommend this book. This is the first 5-star in this video right now. The second one I'm going to talk about is another letdown, and it is Cultish by Montell. Last year, a few years before, I read Word Slide by Montell. I really enjoyed it, and it talks about the English language and how gendered language, gendered insults, and stuff like that. It basically analyzes language, which I really enjoyed, and that one is one of my favorite non-fictions of all time. And I was hoping the same thing for this book, because this book is sold as the language of fanaticism and cults, and I'm really interested in seeing how language is used to basically manipulate people. But this book was not that, and it did not bring anything new to the table that is not already there. It didn't talk about the language like I wanted it to. Nothing related to the linguistics like I was hoping for it to do. So this was a letdown. This was also 3 stars, but I was hoping for more. The next one is another biography / memoir. I don't know the difference between the two. And this one is American Prometheus by Kai Bird. This is the book about Oppenheimer. I, like many others this year, have watched Oppenheimer and then fell down a rabbit hole to know literally every single thing about Oppenheimer while listening to the movie soundtrack. This is the book that Christopher Nolan has read when he decided that he wants to make this movie, and this was the book that the cast has read as well in preparation for it. It was 600 or 700 pages, I think. I did not feel that it's very long because I was reading on my phone, but it didn't feel that long at all because Oppenheimer's life was very eventful. He had so many things going on in his life. So it did not really feel like a long book. It felt you were hooked from the page 1 until the end. It was so capturing. It was well written. I liked seeing more of Jean Tatlock. They resumed her character in one little thing in the movie. I really enjoyed this book. This was also a 5-star read. The next book I have read this year is The Soul of an Octopus by Montgomery. I came into this book not really with that much expectations, but I wanted to learn about octopuses, about their life, about their biology, about their way of life, everything about them, because it's a topic that fascinates me. But instead I got a book about an author who goes to an aquarium, pets an octopus, and then talks to the staff. That's the entire book. Not only that, but it was really repetitive. It kept repeating itself, like, we get it. That's the entire book. Like, how many times am I going to read about a person petting an octopus? Like, but not only that, but the octopuses in the aquarium did not grow up there. I mean, they literally capture them from the ocean and then bring them over to the aquarium. And there was no discussion about the ethical implications on that. The author just did not mention it at all, which kind of made me uncomfortable, because these are not octopuses that couldn't live in the wild. That's why they were saving them and providing a better home for them. No, these were octopuses that were brought for the sole reason so that people can look at them and our author could pet them. So it kind of made me uncomfortable, and I did not like it. I think I gave this one 1 star. Maybe it's 2 if I'm generous, but it's not really good. The next one is Dead Mountain by Donnie, Eichar. This book tells the story of the Dyatlov incident in Russia in the 1990s, where nine university students go on an expedition it's in the Caucasus. I'm not sure where exactly, but I'll put it on the screen. And they were found dead in unusual circumstances, as in they were in 3 separate groups. Some of them had injuries, one of them had her tongue cut out, some of them had missing clothes, which for the weather it was minus 90 degrees, and these are people who are very experienced in mountaineering. And this kind of sparked a lot of conspiracy theories, from people saying that they were attacked by bandits, some people saying it has something to do with USSR, they saw something and then they killed them, and some people even went as far as to say it's because of aliens. This book tells the story of what could have possibly happened, explain things, what could have happened in a more logical way. The next one I have read is 10 Myths About Israel by Ilan Pappé. This is a really short book, like you can read it in one day, I think. Written by a Jewish Israeli author that debunks Israel's lies. Some of the things in this book were obvious to me, but I still managed to learn from this book. So if you want to learn more about this book, pick up this book. The next one and the final book I have read this year, not really final nonfiction book I have read this year, is They Called Me a Lioness by Ahed, Tamimi and Dena Takruri. This is a memoir by Ahed Tamimi, who started getting well known when she became viral at the age of 11, when a picture of her circulated the internet of her holding her fist to an Israeli soldier. This book talks about her life in the West Bank, how she grew up there and her family and everything she goes through. But this book goes through the time she was arrested when she was 16, and she talks about the prison, how the reason why she was arrested, which was a stupid reason, her life in prison, how they were stopping them from continuing their education because it's a threat to them. The fact that these women or kids, really, most of them are kids, are interested in continuing their education and learning about their rights is a threat to the Israeli government. It's really well written. It shows the resilience and strength of Palestinian people, and it's, just pick it up. There's nothing more I can say about it other than just pick it up. If I had to pick 3 favorites, I would choose They Called Me a Lioness, Obsessive Genius, and which one else? Probably American Prometheus. These are my top 3, as always, because I'm always looking for more nonfiction books to add to my TBR, even though I don't read them that often. They are really enjoyable. So this is it. I will see you in another video very soon. Bye.